adjust the camera. Move that closer. Hey, it's finally getting to the stream. It's taking longer to get ready than I anticipated, and I meant to get some of it done last night. Could have spent more time doing it, but didn't want to wait anymore. But because let's get to some leveling. See if that works in terms of keeping track of the chat. So, trying to think what I want to do in terms of trusts. No, this is interesting type of setup I'm trying to do. Let's try her with piercing. How do you get trust sorted? How you sort all magic. So if you just go under your main menu, you don't want to go like under here, under magic. So you need to go under the menu, pull it up, and then you go to whatever group you want to sort, so trusts. And then from here, you would either hit plus on your keyboard, or I hit triangle, and that goes up to the top right-hand corner, so you can manually sort it, or you can just hit auto, and then it sorts all your trusts. And you can do that for all magic. Go in there and just hit that, and you can manually sort it the way you want, or auto sort it. Yeah, I don't like how they changed it just because I got so used to the other way for like white magic. Like they put rays up the top. Like it makes sense the way they have it sorted now, and it would have made sense if it was originally like that. But you know, when you get used to it sort it one way and then they switch it up, it's just kind of like Now die is down the bottom, I think. Yeah. This is gonna be interesting. Does it? I would have thought it would have worked the way it did anyway. If you properly log out or properly shut down, go through either the timeout, or there's no timeout if you're in your thing, it should keep you sorting. I know if you like DC or like just turn your computer off and don't properly log out, it won't then save any macros or stuff, so I'll have to see about that, because I didn't think that that was the case. That buff is, it just, any XP that you get, so it's not even going to be in effect right now, but, any XP you get that when you're either capped on merit, essentially once you're capped on XP, when you get XP, it gets deposited into the Goblin in Rising Jima, so you can use merit points there for other stuff. Is basically what it does. So if you go and spend 100 beads, you can get the effect, and it lasts for 72 hours. So, but that's really all it is it just deposits points into deposits extra merit points into the Goblin, essentially. That's right, I forgot to change my Twitch title. Twitch is so new. Where do I adjust that? Here we go. I'm not gonna worry about tags. Really? Still hasn't updated? Alright, let's head to another camp since this one is overpopulated. Okay, I changed the title. I also refreshed the page. Why is it still saying Omen? Oh, there it is. Weird. Weird, wild stuff. Dang, we're hitting the XP cap. Although pretty soon we'll be... TNL is going to be over whatever the cap is. Oh, nice. Now we got True Strike. I have not done Ambuscade this month, but I did it when we had it before. It is kind of a sucky Ambuscade. Since I have not done it on this character at all, I did it on my main before, and I remember doing it mainly on Summoner, since I have the Nirvana Summoner on my main. So it was mostly just doing Zerg groups, just to, you know, kind of get it done quickly. But I also done it the long method where you just use like Kate Siftis to take its TP and basically use thieves or dancers to skill chain it down, and basically you wait until everyone has TP and then just do weapon skills to skill chain and then just stop and wait for TP from tactical control. It's the way I remember doing it. Remember also just doing it like long form, but that was doing it on like normal difficulty. Like I said, I remember just being, it is a royal pain. I do remember that. Basically, I think they want you to use certain jobs. Like, if you have certain jobs, it basically punishes you with certain amount of effects. It's really the big thing about it. It is just an annoying ambuscade. Well, you don't need to use a third-party program because you can disengage, get in position, engage, quickly weapon skill, and then either turn around or just disengage before you start swinging. It just takes really good timing. But you can do it without the third-party program. And even if you hit it like once or twice, it shouldn't be enough if you're, you know, what is it, using Meow to keep it from getting TP. I'm gonna run out of mobs here. He had to be engaging. I'm not saying he wasn't using a third-party program, so he basically engaged weapon skill and then put his weapons away, and you never actually saw him like pull out his weapons. I'm sure that's possible because the program's doing it so fast that you're not seeing it. Like I said, the two methods that I know that are most effective is basically bringing a core, and then either a dancer or two thieves. Typically you want a dancer and a thief, or two thieves. A tank, a summoner. The summoner only needs to have Kate Sith, doesn't even need to have Nirvana or anything. Just as long as they have Kate Sith, and then just a healer. Typically, ideally a red mage, because if you can enfeeb and silence the frog, then it makes it an utter joke, because all he's going to do is melee. And he's never even going to do a TP move because of you doing Meow. So basically you do is just everyone sits there with Tactician's roll until you have TP, and then you just set up a double darkness. Is essentially what you set up. Typically the Corsair would open with something either Leaden Salute or Evisceration. And then you'd then do Ruger Storm for darkness, and then you would do either the Dancer would then, you know, do a second Ruger Storm for double darkness with Climactic Flourish, or you just have another Thief again go. And basically you just rinse and repeat that until it dies. Or you just bring in, you know, a bunch of summoners and just Astral Conduit to them. Those are basically the two mainstream meta methods. It's not that it lasts, it's not that. It's whatever TP, however much TP the mob has, it takes it back to zero. It's kind of like Feather Tickle that these lesser Calibres are doing, is basically all it is. It's just Meow is just basically Feather Tickle. It just takes the mob down to 0 TP. So basically, you just, you know, do it before everyone goes and does their weapon skill if it's been a while, or you do it immediately if you can after doing their weapon skill, just so he has TP and he's not going to do Punching Hammer. Basically, yeah, you ideally want to be spamming meow basically whenever it's up. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of figure out timing, so you don't have to necessarily be spamming it. But basically, you think about it. It's getting TP when it's being hit or when you're hitting it. And ideally, the only time it should be hit is when you engage weapon skillet, and then hopefully you're not any more than swinging once or twice. In your rounds of attack. You should be in weapon skill gear, so hopefully you're not in your TP gear when you're actually doing it, so you're not getting like double and triple attacks like you're gonna ideally want in Thief or Dancer in TP gear. If you're in your weapon skill gear, you shouldn't hopefully have it too much. So even if you get a swing or two in, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And it just, you time your meows ideally for before or after. Depending on how fast you're getting TP with Tactician's roll, it's typically not that big of a deal. That's basically the way to get around it without... I don't remember what jobs. I think they don't want you having... like Paladin, Rune Fencer, I think War and Dark Knight, if those jobs are all in there. I could be wrong on those. Then it basically counters with Punching Hammer, which I think it takes all your TP move, or all your buffs away, and takes all your MP away, I think. I don't remember exactly what it does. And then I know, what is it? Geomancy bubbles don't work on the frog. They do work to buff your party. So you can still have a Geo, but make sure if you have a Geo, all the bubbles you're using are only being used to buff your party. It doesn't have any debuff, so like Frailty, Wilt, or whatever spells that you would be affecting the mob don't work. I don't think it counters with anything, if I remember correctly. It just is basically immune. Alright. There's the last couple of things I might not be 100%, and I think Providence summons other frogs. And I think there's something you can do to stop it from doing Providence, but again, I don't remember, it's been so long. But yeah, this month's volume on Ambuscade is just a royal pain in the ass. If you get the pattern down like anything else, it's not horrible, but it's still just really annoying. I'm still gonna be fighting. Well, actually. So that Rose Vault one. That's because the campaign's going right now. With the campaign, it's double the duration. So essentially, it's a 60,000K bonus right now, as opposed to 30K during the XP Plus portion. I know, what is it? I think it only goes to like the 20th. The XP campaign goes till the end of the month, but I think the XP Plus, which again doubles the duration of XP rings, lasts, yeah, double. So that's what's going on with that, why it's lasting normal than it normally would. You know, like I said, so you're ideally going to want to get the maximum amount of XP before the +1 campaign ends. I say +1. I think it's just I think it's just XP campaign plus. But yeah, the XP campaign goes the whole month, but it will go substantially slower. With XP rings wearing off at the normal rate, considering you're getting bonus XP. You gotta think, as long as they were lasting there, and they were going pretty quick, they would go twice as fast. The service Asura seemed like a decent party setup. I'll stick with it, since I'm the healer. Shoulder through. should have maybe gone to crawlers. I don't know. In Rualu Gardens, so above Juno, I don't remember exactly. I think it's near the fountain in the center. So, kind of like visual. So, if you're in Rualu Gardens, you have like, if you're looking at the map, it's like the center. I think there's a fountain here, the Mog House is down here, the auction house is up here. It's kind of like where the castle is, Matt's up here. If that makes sense. Why is the... Oh. Someone did a freaking AoE, didn't you? Yeah, I believe, yeah, where the emissaries are, yeah. I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I recall, I think, going there. And I've turned in log tablets. I'm pretty sure that's where it is. Yeah, I know, he does that, like, sweep move. Like, I'm aware he does it, I just didn't even see it happen. I think it's called... Oh, I already got Texas Straight? Nice. I think it's called sweep, that... It's not what it's called when he does it, but I think that's what normal Yagudo do. It's the same animation of it. I believe it's sweep. Hello, Mark. Welcome to the stream. It's awesome. I got Hexa Strike already. Come on. Actually, when can I use the next card? 65. Hexa Strike. My White Mage can now actually do decent melee damage. Hello, Rod. Welcome to the stream. That's gonna link if I pull with him. Ooh, regen 3. Guess at the rate it's going. Funny thing is, that's going to be used. The S-Jad ring is going to be used, and it's still not even going to be up. Kraken Club White Mage? No, I've never even... I don't even think I've ever used the Kraken Club in my entire time playing it. Never had the privilege to even borrowing one from someone to like just play with and skill up. Kraken Club White Mage would be fun though. Let's do this. Really? Oh, it definitely would be fun. I agree with that. I think just playing with a Kraken Club would be fun. Although nowadays it's almost like every job basically, or any like dual wielder job's kind of like having it swing so fast. It's not even worth using it like if you're doing anything that's item level really. What would you farm in Sea Serpent Grotto? It's 5 to 6 relics back in 75 days? I mean, White Mage was my first job to 75. So because of that, I actually did a ton of stuff as like melee White Mage back in the day. Like a ton of stuff. Of course, once I had like Ninja and Thief levels, I didn't obviously do it anymore at that point. But I was definitely known for a long time as being like a melee White Mage. And even like leveling up, I always just wanted to prove, like in theory, that I could technically solo XP up. So basically, like every time I'd get a level in a party, once the party was over, I'd make sure that I could at least go and solo an easy prey mob. The heck? I played Red Mage much, but I never actually really meleeed as Red Mage. I would either just do Red Mage Nin and like high level stuff with, you know, like Dot and Kite or you know, Kite and Nuke, like Gravity Bind, and, like Nuke and Dot stuff. Definitely did stuff in Sky like that. But I didn't have Red Mage level until like way later. It was probably like my 6th job or something like that. Okay, White Mage, Black Mage, Thief, Ninja, Red Mage. No, so it's my 5th job. See that my band wore off. Actually, no, 6. White Mage, Black Mage, Thief, Nin, Ranger, Red Mage. Yeah, when I would melee on White Mage, I would definitely be subbing Nin most of the time. And with dual wield clubs. Definitely if I would end up like tanking or holding hate, I would be using with a Holy Mail. I know a big thing that a lot of people, and even people back on my link shell that were impressed that we used to do, because I remember doing it with alliances, was basically either soloing or duoing the, and it was at 75, but I was doing it for someone else, but the Shadow NM for White Mage Body and Fey In. So I remember like way back in the day, people would get up like entire alliances to do that, like 18 people alliances to take the thing out. Yeah, I agree. I miss the old school Dynamis. Even the new... I don't even really do it, though. Was it Dynamis Diversions? And I get it that it's kind of like the original Dynamis, but it's not. I mean, it is in concept, but just the way it's done, it's nothing like old school Dynamis. I don't think we'll ever have an event ever again like that. Sadly. Because definitely old school Dynamis was definitely one of my favorite events to do. Just that you needed to have a decent amount of people, you needed to have good coordination to perform well. Decent rewards. The only big complaint that I really had about Dynamis is just the fact that it took so much to make a relic. Like, to really make a relic the way it's supposed to be, rather than someone, you know, like other shells doing Dynamis and then selling the currency and you buying up to make a relic. You know, you basically have at least an alliance, typically more, sometimes up to 2 alliances, so 18 to 36 people working for a couple of months at least, if you're going as soon as you can enter, for one person to get a relic. Like, that's a bit absurd. Obviously, that's not the case anymore since you're going solo and stuff, but that was my real gripe with it. You shouldn't be having that many people putting in that much effort for that long of a time for only one person to really benefiting out of it. Other than that, like, I thought Dynamis was just an absolute amazing event. What do you mean by the hat? I know, what is it, the, what's it called, the Dream World Dynamises, or, the ones with Diablo. They were a pain. I don't think my shell, the shell that I ran with and then eventually ended up taking over and was running it, I mean, we definitely did do Dreamland Dynamises, but I don't think we ever really cleared Tav. I think we only attempted it like once or twice. We definitely cleared Zark on a decent basis. Ugh. These... yeah. I don't think where I typically go next. Not worth trekking out to, what's it called? And there's dedication off. Yeah, getting 11 to work is a pain. I did actually Like, obviously, I don't know, because I can't validate anything that I haven't done or seen myself. But I remember seeing somewhere someone claimed that they got it to work on Linux. I don't know what hoops they had to jump through or what they had to do. But, like, I've seen that claim that they were able to actually get 11 to run on Linux. Like I said, don't ask me what that entails, or, you know, any of that. It's just... Just burning through these rings. I'm gonna start running out of space, too, since I can't really cycle them good. I wanted before the event to try and clear out all those Sisyphus fragments I still had. So I could cycle this stuff much easier, but that will be a project in and of itself. I don't really, We'll go with that. That works until I can use this stuff. Oh, I know. I was like, where do I want to go? Where was I going before? I remember, just because of quick, easy access. Here. I mean, it also depends what version of Windows you're trying to get it on. From my understanding, again, I don't know, not attempted it at all. Getting it to work on Windows 10 is a royal pain in the ass, and like maybe almost as difficult, if not more so, than trying to get it to work on Linux. Getting it to work on 7 or XP is really easy though, for the most part. You just basically need to install the files, update it, and just make sure you have the right version of DirectX. So I don't know if you're trying to get it to work on 10. That could be where you're struggling if you are trying to get it to work on 10. Yeah, I remember first time, like way back in the day, you know, back 75 days, because I originally played it on a friend's account. I remember I didn't even want to play it, because the idea of playing online was kind of a turn off for me. I'm like, you can't pause the game, because I never, at that point, never really done any online gaming. That was because we was first connecting using dial-up. And I remember that was just a royal chore. It was probably, I'd say, maybe a month before when my friend actually got the game and actually got it up and running and installed. I remember it probably took him like at least a week and a half of constantly trying to download updates to update before he could even log on, because the connection would just keep dropping mid-download, and then you'd have to start the whole thing over where it scans all the files. And this was off of a PS2 also. Good old POL. One of the worst interfaces ever made. I remember Square Enix wanted to make it like, that's the thing, is going to be like POL. We're going to use this for all our games, and the only thing that it's ever used for was what, for 11 and Tetramaster? Never even played that either. Interesting. Like I said, I haven't attempted. Never attempted to try and get it to work on 10. It's funny too, since, what is it, 7's going end of life at the end of this year. Not that people still aren't going to use it, but won't get updates and support. Thanks. Really? Yeah, I played for many years on PS2. My transition was PS2. I actually bought a 360, and 11 was my first game on 360. But the main reason I bought a 360 was for Halo 3. And I was like, oh, I'll get 11 anyway. It should hopefully be faster since it's, you know, next-gen system and everything. And I remember for a time, there was issues with graphics. It was like really dark and the colors were off. So I stopped playing on Xbox, went back to PS2, never went even back to trying it on Xbox. And then eventually got a decent PC and got it up and running on the PC. Wow, really? First game you ever played? Huh. That's actually pretty incredible. Also kind of just surprising. Love getting the pets just because it's good XP and low HP, they die so quickly. Yeah, you would need that, but I mean, if you're playing other games, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Honestly, I do really personally feel that having either, like, I still have a 360, but I don't pay for Xbox Live or any of that anymore, but PSN I think is totally worth it just because they give you free games every month. And some of the games are like, you know, just crappy games, it's kind of like, eh. But then you'll get AAA games every now and then for free. Considering, like, it's, what? I don't even pay $60 for it, because this is what I recommend for anyone to do, even if you have a running thing. I don't like giving them my credit card, because they try and just auto-charge you, and I'm like, no, like, you're not pulling that. So what I do is, I buy, what is it, on Black Friday, you buy the year subscription card, and you can get it for probably about somewhere between $40 and $45 on Black Friday. So I just buy that, and then whenever my subscription runs out, just use that, and then just buy it again that year. So that way you're spending about $45 for a year of PSN. You can do the same thing for Xbox, where it's normally $60. Yep. So even if you have it running, so say you still have 10 months left when Black Friday comes around, still buy it, just hold on to the card, and then whenever it runs out, just use it that way. That's honestly my recommendation. How anyone and everyone should do it. And like I said, I do the same thing. Well, not necessarily, but if I want to buy something off of there, I go and buy cards. I don't give them my credit card. Don't like giving companies away that way. They like try and auto charge you and all that off your credit card. Nope. I go and buy the card and load the money on there. Yeah, but that way if you're loading the money on, they can't do anything, you know. It's all in your control. I remember I was actually talking to a mother where she basically had that concern with her kid, and I basically told her the same thing. I'm like, no. I'm like, don't put your credit card in where they can just keep auto-charging it and your kid can keep buying stuff. I'm like, you want to limit your kid on how much he can buy, go buy the prepaid cards and whatever, and then load it that way. It's honestly the best way to handle it, in my opinion. And I even told her the same thing. I was like, and yeah, I was like, if you're buying him, you know, Xbox Live or whatever, PSN, you know, get it on, like I said, Black Friday. The other thing about it is, I know there's, the other reason I like doing it that way is because, so say I'm like, you know, I'm really busy in my life and I'm not always like playing video games. So the thing about it is your subscription could run out and then you're not even like currently playing. You're not like logging on and needing live or PSN. So you can, you know, not be using it. Oh, shoot. Should be fine anyway, but there's repos. So you could, you know, if you're like busy and you're not even logging on, so your subscription runs out, instead of again where they would just immediately auto renew and now it's ticking down for that year. If I don't even want to play any online games for, say, 2 months after it runs out, once I actually put in the card, it's essentially then starting a year from that point. So then it's even lasting even longer. Just the many, you know, plus reasons to buy the cards as opposed to just importing your credit card number. Jaws all out of whack. Yeah, but even if you're using your PayPal, they can still do the auto-renew thing through your PayPal. I mean, the nice thing is, at least with PayPal, you can log into your PayPal account and anything that's auto-renew, you can be like, nope. Be like, nope, you're not auto-renewing my account. Whereas it's substantially hard. Actually, I don't even think you can do that. I remember, I think, talking to my bank about that, and they were like, no, the only way we can get around that is canceling your like, debit credit card and issuing a new one. He's like, 'cause once they have your number and it's set for, like, a service where they auto-renew, there's nothing you can do about that. Or at least with PayPal, like I said, you can go in there and say, oh no, this service that I bought, I don't want to auto-renew. So, there is at least power in that. People got super uptight about that Calibre. I do remember that. I just lost track of it. This stupid mosquito again down here. $78. Oh man, lost the chain. Actually, what am I doing? I've had better equipment before. Remember, the annoying thing about the Calibre and the first time fighting it summoned that Amula Jaw, and then it's like, okay, well whatever. It's like it summoned a thing, so well, I'm just gonna keep, focusing it, and then it's like, oh, now it's just got full HP. It's like you have to kill the Amula Jaw first. Remember first time fighting it, I was like, okay, well, I tried killing it, like, got the HP down probably 3 or 4 times, and it kept killing it. I'm like, freaking kidding me. Then after you kill the Mamula Jaw, it kind of goes freaking berserk. Wear off before I actually get this. Oh well. It's not even worth it at this point. I remember it was a completely different game before mobs despawned. I remember people training bats in the Citadel to the entrance, and literally the zone was like shut down for like half an hour unless you had like a party of 75s come in and clear it out. Remember, you'd have like a group of people standing outside, and then someone would be running up, and people would be like saying, and even in like shouts, being like, "Don't enter the zone, don't enter the zone." They don't listen, they go in, and then they either don't come out because they just get killed, or you see them come out with no HP, and now they just reset all the mobs back to the zone line. Or they like make it out, but then they're dead, so then they zone out and then they just drop. You can still drag NMs across the whole zone because NMs don't despawn, but back when like all mobs didn't despawn. I don't want to stay until my ring's up. I'm getting such crappy XP comparatively. It's actually really good XP, but yeah, it would happen in Crawler's Nest too, but it didn't seem to happen anywhere near, at least on Valifloy server that I was on, it didn't seem to happen with anywhere near the same amount of frequency as it did at the Citadel. The Citadel would get shut down with bats, especially if someone like came like running from really far away, and they even had like funnel bats, which were even higher level than the Citadel bats and stuff. But I do remember, was it Crawler's Nest getting shut down with like soldier crawlers. I just always found it funny too. It's like people are telling you don't. It's like people aren't. You don't have like literally 20 people standing outside the zone telling you not to enter for any reason, but yeah, people were just like, oh, whatever, go and enter them anyway. And then it's like, now you're just making it longer for everyone else to get back in. You just didn't want to listen, and I guess you thought 20 people were standing outside the zone trying to scam you or something. Come on, when is this ring gonna wear off? Back when you could easily PK, and they made it so mobs despawn, making it substantially harder to MPK. I remember pissing off RMT really bad when they changed a lot of NMs to force pop, and they changed like the Giga NMs and the was it Dekoff Tower or Tower and Quifflin. When they changed all those NMs to like force pop, can't remember which one, but whatever one that would do charm. So basically, you know, it was like a 2 pair of RMT up there. They would get, one of them would get charmed, and then we would literally just start going and would melee and just straight up kill the RMT that got charmed. And they would just get so pissed off about it. And then I remember they tried doing it like, you know, reverse, and they'd occasionally kill our guy, but I mean, it was like 3 or 4 of us, and it didn't really affect us too much, and we're just like, whatever. Because the thing is, like I said, it was only 2 of them, so when we would just straight up, they'd go and get charmed, and we would just straight up kill their guy, they would just wipe. There was nothing they could do, and then we would just take their mob on top of it. I remember they were like yelling at us too, like, oh, we're gonna call a GM. It's like, call a GM, what are they gonna do? We're not breaking game mechanics. It's like, you're up here trying to monopolize stuff anyway just to make real life money, which is against, you know, terms of a service agreement. It's like, I don't feel bad about MPKing you. You can bitch at me all you want, I don't care. Oh yeah, I did that on Ninja too, before the stuff despawned, because then yeah, it's, you don't care, you're killing yourself, but then you're not actually losing XP. Perfect way just to set up some, yeah, aggro mobs in a place where you want it, no penalty to yourself really. Except for losing your 2 hour for 2 hours. Which isn't really a big deal. How much more does this band have? I'm not. Listen, I guess just there's been so much in YouTube chat I didn't see. I mean, it's going good. I mean, just not much different really. Just meleeing, swinging at the mobs, doing good damage with Hexa Strike. Now, because I have a window that shows all chat coming in, not just YouTube chat, but... Although, actually, now I'm looking at it, I can scroll up. Probably should jump on Besiege, but I'm not worried about it. Just go jump on it for the Silver Slip. Or maybe I will now that Dedication just wore off. Twice aggro, I did. Let's see if I can make it to the siege, because I'll probably get there and it'll basically be over. I'm gonna do that. Get silenced or something? At this point, with all the aggro, I'm probably gonna miss Besiege. Yeah, he did. He had to be silenced because he wasn't putting up shadows. Dang it. I mean, I think it happens as frequently as it used to. I don't really keep up with it. It's just that if I happen to, like, see it, or I'll look occasionally if I need to make sure I clear it. I mean, it probably happens probably 6 times a day in a 24-hour period. I mean, I honestly don't, like I said, don't keep track of it, so... See if we can make it. Yeah, like I said, I figured with all the mobs I was getting, I wasn't gonna make it. Oh well. Let's go turn in these crystals and then NPC some junk. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not really concerned with it. I'll get on both at some point. Well, thanks. Hey Brandon, I've been good, super busy with work. Work's been kicking my butt lately, because basically I have to commute. I'm commuting like basically 150 miles a day for work, which sucks. So with the commute time and then working, I'm basically working anywhere between like 11 and 13 hours a day, so it's brutal and been taking up a lot of my time. Other than that, been good. Well, I mean, the thing about it is, I know it's only a temporary thing, because essentially what I'm doing, I've been doing IT, typically tech support, but I've been doing IT for about 17 years now. So right now I am one of the technical leads for the project where we are literally upgrading all the computers in this hospital system where I work to Windows, from Windows 7 to Windows 10, since Windows 7 goes end of life this year. So basically, once I finish, me and the team that I'm doing it with, finish upgrading all the computers at the hospitals where we're at, then, you know, we'll move to the next hospital. So basically, that's what's going on with that. As soon as we get all the hospital systems done, that's like 70 miles away one way, I will then, you know, be coming back here and doing the stuff that's back here in Baltimore where I live. So it's only a temporary thing, and I am getting mileage reimbursement, but it's still 5 days a week. You know, you're putting in like I said, with drive time, typically it's 12, 13-hour days. So then if you're getting 8 hours of sleep, that's leaving you 4 hours a day during the 5-day work week to do whatever you need to do, whether it's make food, personal stuff, if you wanted to game, you know, go to the store. It's just brutal right now, so. But I know it's good. Like, until was in the position where I'm at now, where it's taking up all my time, I was really enjoying the job. It's been a great job. It's the only reason why I'm still there. I have been looking for something else, but of course everything else, like, I'm getting tons of job offers to go like interview for, but none of them touch my current salary. So it's like, no, because with the mileage reimbursement and everything else, plus I've worked my way up, I'm like a team lead. I mean, there's kind of talks of them eventually me moving in to be a project manager eventually, if everything goes well. But alright, so I think I want to go to the past now. But that's what's going on with that. I'm going to be happy once we finish up at all these remote places, and then can actually start focusing on the channel more again once I have some free time. Alright, Brandon, have a good night. Shoot. No big deal. Go to Mara, it's easier to get to. I'm Moogle to move stuff around. I loaded up on caliber rings. I did plan for this event because typically I like run out of caliber rings. So I ended up like last month, knowing this event was coming, like spent all mine and my like mule's login points for caliber rings. So I typically want to save it because obviously S-Jed rings are forever, just timers. But I got enough since space is killing me right now. No. One out of the send. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, before I level my next job, I'm gonna have to take time and just clean out my delivery box. Thing's a mess. That's what's I'm gonna be super happy about once I get all the jobs leveled. Because I can probably then sit down for like 5 hours and completely clean her off. Make space. That's nice. I'm so far away from being able to retire, it's not even funny. Well, the funny thing is there was lots of extenuating circumstances which ended up having me not work for most of 2017. So that was such a major setback. But luckily I'm at the point now where I'm getting really close to essentially be debt-free except for my mortgage. Which will be real nice. Is there a survival guide back here? Oh, actually, no, wait. There are survival guides here, and I just thought I am in Sandy in the past. I'm not even gonna get Sigil or Sigil or whatever it's called. Thing about it is, I wish I was at the point where I'm at now with like my YouTube channel and stuff, because if I ended up having a year where I didn't work because it was like waiting for clearance to go through and stuff like that and just other situations, I would basically invest all that free time into the channel, which would make it explode and would do all, kinds of different things, but is what it is. You, who gives? Oh. I get to fail, what is it? Fail my performance. I haven't done any campaign. Think it's you? Oh, you're the teleporter. Who do I talk to about? I don't remember who you talked to that basically gives you a valuation. You know who it is in Windurst? You're it. Anyone know who you talked to for your evaluation? No, it's definitely not you. Maybe it's you? There it is. Go with someone else. Let's go with Zed, see if he'll perform well. Switch it up a little bit. Killed all my MP just buffing. Yeah, I remember campaign was rough back in the day. My defense, no. Stick within accuracy food for now. I have no idea, because I've not actually done anything on White Mage on my main in terms of, like, getting job points, and I don't even think I am allowed to look at... Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait till I'm 99 to tell you. I honestly have no clue, because I've not really, like, played White Mage, like, in a serious role since 75 days. Where did you come from? Just running up. With wave, but I'm kind of engaged. Do they even actually get spells? I know, like, most of the mage jobs do. Like, Black Mage gets... What was it? The tier 6 nukes. Red Mage gets tier 5. Geo gets, like, Asper 3. And I think it gets, was it the tier 3 raw spells? Yeah, I honestly have no clue what White Mage gets, though. We can find out at the end of the stream if I remember correctly. Oh, that was you? Well, hi, Bruce. Yeah, Red Mage gets, refresh 3. It's another one. I think there's just some other, like, spells. I don't exactly remember. I mean, yeah, I remember getting, like, the rest of the jobs to, like, level 99 through Abyssia XP back in the day. Because it was easy enough just to go be, key bitch. Just load up on Forbidden Keys and you just go in at level 30, just unbox so you're a higher level. It's easy, too, if you had, like, a good job. Go in, go in with an alliance, get your party set up, and then go switch to a low-level leech job and go open boxes for everyone. Should be bar water. Poison. Cast off. remember. What is Hexa Strike? Okay, it is fusion. Oh yeah, well that's if you wanted to kill the MM just so it was depending where you were fighting. But yeah, if you were like doing worms in Lethane, if Megamol Mikey popped, you had a party that could kill it, you would just claim it, call for help so you're not breaking the XP chain. Gesha, what are you doing? Good ground strike. Oh, well, re-raise 4 is at least a good spell. Full Cure, because I think doesn't Full Cure suck because it like takes all your MP? remember reading that and I was like, oh, full cure, that's good. But then it was like, it takes all your MP. It's like, why would you do that? Like, that's only for like, oh shit moments. And it's also if you're like basically tapped. Unless I'm misremembering. Yeah, like that's what I thought. Yeah, completely wipes out your MP. Yeah, it's like I said, it's only useful in like oh shit situations. And even then, it's because as if you're a good white mage and you're playing it well with good gear, you shouldn't be in oh shit situations, and you don't want to tap your MP anyway. And you shouldn't be having MP problems, especially if you have like Empyrean legs and other just good gear. You're just going to be getting like MP back more than you're consuming, and with if you really need MP also just having convert, I mean like a good white mage just doesn't run out of MP nowadays if it's geared right. Night, Fanbot. Come on. Jeez. Ridiculous ground strike. A really good skill chain. Yep, I think Z was the good option. Should have been using him before when it wasn't on the birds. Using the ranger was definitely good, and then fighting the birds. Jeez! It's utter decimation, man. With two, I mean Dancer, but oh, Dancer and Scholar. Well, I mean, Scholars, I would argue, like you said, Red Mage and yeah, Ninja and Sam. You still sub Sam for two-handed weapons. But yeah, Scholar and Dancer are definitely really good subs. For the right situations. Ugh. Lost that chain. That's right. Gain the resistance. I don't know, Red Mage is used a lot just for fast cast and convert. Fast cast traits convert. But you know, definitely Scholar is extremely useful. Well, even if he died, he hasn't died yet. Kept him up. But even if he died, he wouldn't die. Because the campaign's going right now, he would just immediately get full health. He basically has to die twice. Speaking of dying, I should probably have 3 rays up. Not that I think I'm gonna die to this stuff, but... If you're on white mage, you should have 3 rays up if at all possible. It's good practice to be in. That's why I remember was doing Ambuscade last month with someone, and it was like twice the white mage like died and was like, I don't have re-rays. It's like, you should definitely make sure you have re-rays. Yeah, there's a campaign going on right now where all your trusts have higher like attributes, so higher like HP, MP, and all their stuff, and it's just like how the XP campaign is it's XP campaign plus, so it gives the bonus rings. The campaign's going is it's a trust plus campaign, so basically if your trusts reach 0 HP, it's not from either death or doom, that's not even really reaching 0 HP, that's just outright killing them. They will actually get full health. They'll get like the 2-hour, like an enemy 2-hour animation go off, and they'll get full health. And then when their HP hits 0 at that point, then they'll actually die and respawn. So yeah, it's only during the campaign period this month. Switch clubs, did I? Nope. Yep. I remember people dying in Dynamis, being like 75, and then being like, I need a raise. It's like... Well, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. I really want this, like evasion. I gotta just have the negative immunity. They're not still IT. They were, I think. Yeah, see, they're VT now. Some of them might be T. They were IT back when I like first got here, and I came here about level 80. And probably IT until probably about 86-ish. Then it's, you know, the lowest level ones would probably start being VT at that point. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the very, very high level ones are IT. Let's see if we can find an IT one. Like whatever's the highest level, maybe still IT, but I'm not even sure. There we go. Clean up. You could do it on other jobs. You could fight IT jobs on other things back at 75. I mean, mainly like Thief and Ninja, obviously using shadows, depending on the mob type also. But it wasn't just Dancer that could do it. You could do it before Dancer was out. Red Mage also. Black Mage also, using like Gravity or Bind and Sleep nuke methods. Like, there were definitely jobs you could do it as. I thought it was always badass and most fun when you would take like a ridiculously hard NM duo, when you would literally see a party of 6 wipe to it, and then you go ahead and take a duo. That was always fun. Respawn. I don't even know what chain was I on. No, we'll keep the chain. I mean, Thief has never really been a needed job for, except for really treasure hunter, even like back in the days. Although it's funny that you ask that, because thief is actually kind of an in-demand job right now for Ambuscade. It's performing really well. Thief can definitely be a really high-end DD. It is still used for some things, but treasure hunter isn't anywhere near as strong as it used to be. So thief is typically a little less desired, but I mean, there's certain times, like all jobs are useful at different times. There's definitely, you can find, you know, situations where pretty much all jobs will excel at some point or another. Thief is kind of in the middle of the pack there, but you can still do ridiculous damage with a really good thief. Like the thief on my main, I have Aeonic Dagger, and it's master at this point, and like has top end gear, and it's really good. But typically, like I said, most parties and stuff are looking for typically heavy DD jobs. They're looking for like War, Dark Knight, and Sam most of the time. But like I said, it's still used somewhat. But since Treasure Hunter isn't as strong as it used to be, it's not used as frequently as it used to be. Thanks. I've always liked white mage meleeing. It's always fun taking like a class that's not meant to, you know, melee and it's not meant to be a DD and actually DD with it. It's obviously never going to excel at it. What am I at? 91? No, I don't even think I want to stay. There's still VT. That's a berry grub. Now let's get out of here. Reset. We can go ahead. We're at the point we can take Mandy's easy enough. Since I'm on White Mage too, just to negate sleep, let's actually switch from War to Scholar and keep Sublimation up. That'll prevent sleep, and then I can just immediately sleep gun wake everyone up. Are you sure then if you're constantly getting either one of those, you don't already possibly have it like stored somewhere? If you make sure you have the exact name, do an item search just to double check. Because I've definitely had stuff like that happen before, where it's like you keep doing it and doing it, expecting a thing, and then it's like, oh, I happen to have it from something else. From doing the event before and was holding on to it. Where was I gonna go? Don't even look at for your lockers. Do a item search. Like, literally, I mean, make sure you look up and have the exact name, but do, like, item search. I don't even know, I'm trying to think. Something that I have, like, you don't need quotes if it's one word, but if you have spaces, you need quotes around it. So, like, and then it'll tell me, okay, it's in my inventory, but it'll list wherever it's at. That's the best way to handle it. Instead of sitting there, just looking through, just do the, do it that way. One of the best things that they added to the game. Ah, shoot. Guess I'll go back then. Got distracted and forgot to rotate rings. Yeah, it's so much better just doing item search than digging through your D boxes and stuff. Plus, that way, if you're like out farming the thing, you don't need to kind of like leave to check. Well, you can check most of it anyway. Yeah, you can check all of it anyway. Especially because I've also looked through stuff before and missed it. But obviously, as long as you type it correctly, item search will never miss. What do you mean you're having an issue with volume 1, but it doesn't show up as having one? Not sure what you mean. To confirm that you have the primer, go under key items, temp items, and it's gonna be near the bottom of the list because there's not much other stuff. So like right here, I do have it. So just double check that you... There's definitely been times I've thought I've had it, gone to flag, and I'm like, what the heck, I can't flag, and then it's just the easiest way to check. I'm not sure what you mean by you're not able to do it. Like you're clicking on the, so you have the primer, you're going and clicking on the book. You might also, it's possible if you haven't been on in a while. And that's actually, because I'm not 99, I don't think I can do it anyway. I know, there it goes. It's right there, I could do it, but... I think if you haven't done Ambuscade in like a couple months, there was a point where you had, when they like released the weapons and stuff, you need to talk to the NPC, and he'll go through like talking to you about weapons and stuff. That's possible, you need to do that. Other than that, I'm not sure. If you're still having an issue beyond that and you have the key item, you might want to actually call a GM. But you might want to go do something else while you wait the 3 hours before a GM comes. Took longer than it should have. I wasn't aware I couldn't scroll up in the chat before. Sorry, I missed your second comment, Mr. Darktree. You were asking about Thief and Omen. I don't know why the one chat didn't scroll up for me to see. Gear for Thief, I mean, you should always be trying to gear up as best you can. Kind of from my testing, I mean, I think as long as you're in like the Ambuscade +1, at least that tier of gear, you shouldn't have too much trouble soloing Omen for card farming. So, like, that's where I would aim kind of for a minimum for any job really that you want to go and solo Omen for, is to have +1 Ambuscade gear. I feel like that's a good range to be in to at least start doing it and not have a terribly difficult time with it. You can definitely do it in lower tier gear, but it's substantially more of a challenge. Do I want to stick with Gesho? Sure, why not? Well, thank you. I appreciate the donation. I guess you got it to work? Alright, boss, get through it, bro. I didn't put Misery or Solace up. Yay, White Mage tank. Come on, Casio. Flash. There it is. Too late now, I shouldn't even bother using it. Dang, band's already off. Nice, got the chain going. Done sleep once, although I know Allspice is keeping their TP low, and these things are dying. They're melting quick. Nice. That chain rolling in. Check. Getting close to cap on Spartan. Did I get the one objective? Okay. So that kept the chain. No. Still though, only 3 levels to go. Really? That'll be something to do. Trying to go and solo Omen on White Mage. Go to a melee White Mage soloing Omen. That would be an interesting thing to attempt. Theory should go back, but considering Sunday's gonna reset. I'm just gonna use this ring. So now I can recharge it without wasting it all. And then after Sunday, we'll be able to charge it again. I think I have any. Don't. Well, there goes the chain. Yay, one level to go. Club actually isn't capped for white mage now. Wait. I thought I had it capped on paladin. I thought paladin had the highest club skill of any class. Yeah. Guess I just didn't cap it? Oh. It's White Mage and Geomancer, Thief Plus, and Paladin's A-. Oh well. Not like it's that big of a deal. Well, it's capped now. Of course, it'll be uncapped as soon as I hit 99, but whatever. And before we clear out this set of mobs, unless I lose the chain, that's 99. The question is, what's the next job to go? Monk, Dark Knight, Beastmaster, Ranger, Summoner, and Pup left to do. I don't know, that might be that chain. Overkill. Yeah, that sucks. Oh well, actually, we'll still hit it here. Good job, Zed. Stun Scream, but don't stun Dream Fire. Alright. Actually, that works. Do I have the Ambuscade club, but I think, yeah, I currently have it in storage or something, because again, space. That'd be nice to pull out. And since now we're 119, I have a rise, but don't have raise 3. Utter decimation now. I don't remember that. So the Empyrean club weapon skill restores HP and MP. Alright, dedication's finally off. Alright, just gonna try and cap club real quick. 6 core or more won't give me haste too. There we go. Cat. Sweet. So another job in the books. Alright, guys. It's what? 11:23. Yeah, considering I'm used to going to bed about 9, 10 o'clock, it's a little too late for me to start another job. So, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up here. But thank you guys for tuning in. I will be live streaming again before next week. You know, gonna be trying to get in XP, especially get in the stuff with the rings before the XP chain plus or whatever, and so that way I'm getting the maximum amount with rings as possible before. But yep. So gonna wrap things up now. So I'll try and post, you know, the schedule when I'm gonna try and stream early as possible, but I might just do, you know, I just decided I'm gonna go and level and stream now. Anything that I'm gonna level, I am gonna stream. So, if you guys keep an eye out for the streams, or you can always watch the replays of the stream, you won't miss any of the leveling I'm gonna do on Caulifla. But I'm gonna turn in for the night. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for supporting the channel, and as always, may you have success in all you do.